welcome to this week's LEC Week 3 Power Rankings. I will go over the teams 10 through 1 like I have the last 2 weeks, as well as how I've done it with the other 3 major regions. If you want to see those videos, those are up on my channel as well, LPL, LCK. And then the LCS will come out tomorrow. I go over why I have the team where I do, lightly. Kind of give you a short snippet of what I think about them, as well as kind of recap how their week went the previous week. In the case of this week specifically, I mean, there was a big move made by XL. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, obviously, Mickey X is an upgrade, but I'll get into that shortly. So, 10th place, nothing changes. If you can read that, Astralis is 10th. Astralis stinks. They should be going after Advian right now because Promise Q is very bad. Advian's a free agent. You should be adding him because you have a lot of problems, and he will at least take you maybe from 10th to 8th or something. But you right now, the team's very bad. There is nothing that I look at on that team and am inspired by. They lost to Fnatic and Mad Lions. Like, I'm not surprised. I mean, those two teams are a lot better than them. That's no shock to me at all. But the way they're losing, and I don't see potential there out of Astralis at all. 9th place. Down one spot, I believe. BDS down one spot from number 8. They lost to Rogue and Vitality. Two teams that are probably out of their range. Vitality is in, the middle range, but still a young team, a growing team, very different than Astralis. There's things to look at on BDS and say they can improve. Syncroft looks like a very solid jungler that over time is going to develop into something even better, and maybe you can see them get to 7th or maybe sneak into 6th in a summer situation. I don't think spring will be it for them, but I think by the end of summer, they might be a team that's taking wins off of people and spoiling things, because there's potential there, unlike Astralis. Dropping 2 spots, I have SK. Yeah, 2 spots. So, SK, I've said it before, I'm not a big fan of SK and how they operate. I like Treats as a player. I think he's really good. But Jezu leaves a little bit to be desired. Gen X leaves a little bit to be desired. I don't really like their mid situation and how they let Blue go last year. Losing to XL, though, big problem. That was the pre-Mickey X XL. Now they're losing to... Now they'll definitely lose to XL. I mean, this is not good for them. XL's improvement really makes these 3 teams... I mean, it really puts them out of the picture, in my opinion. Even arguably Misfits. Misfits could be in this range, too, and behind XL in the coming weeks. But as of right now, I'm only going to move XL to here. So, I have XL 7th. They beat SK, lost to Misfits, so that's where they're going to fall for now. Over time, though, I expect them to be in this range. I don't know if they can crack the top 4, even with Mickey, but I know that I believe, excuse me, I believe for sure that they can get to 5th place in this situation. I mean, Advian was very good. I think Advian and Marcoon are 2 players that are going to get better over time. And Advian could end up on a team like Astralis and improve them drastically into a situation where I could see them coming up to 8th place or something like that. Whereas, I mean, I don't think he goes to BDS. I don't think he goes to SK. And these other teams, I don't think he helps them much either. Sixth place, I have Misfits, who I don't believe moved at all. They beat XL, lost to Fnatic. I'm not surprised they lost to Fnatic. You lose to teams up here. I mean, it'd be nice to play them competitively. Maybe get a game off of them at some point in the split. But beating these teams is what you have to do to be in the top 6, and that's what they did, beating XL. We'll see how they do the second time around when Mickey X is on their team, because maybe this ends up being a 1-1 for the spring split. And, I mean, then tiebreakers come into play, and who knows what happens. Fifth place, I have G2, lost to Vitality. I mean, Vitality and them are 4th and 5th in my rankings. They're definitely, in my opinion, 4th and 5th. And as of right now, they're better than, they're worse than Vitality. So might as well just do this now. Obviously, we know the potential Vitality is off the charts, first place. But as of right now, I mean, they're here. They were 2-0 this week, coming off the 0-3. G2 beating SK is important. They got to beat the teams below them. And they have the potential to steal games off of these guys, for sure. Definitely they are going to do that. And Vitality beat them well, good. And also took care of business against BDS. So Vitality are climbing into here where, Mad Lions need to stop dropping games, because Mad Lions this past week, my 3, they didn't move. They're still 3rd. Beat Astralis. Better damn well beat Astralis. And then lost to Rogue. Rogue are on their level. So they have to figure out a way to get that game back. They will probably play them in the playoffs like they normally do. If they want to succeed. I think there's some things to like about Mad Lions still. I think Kaiser is great. He's helping Unforgiven. We'll see if they improve over the coming weeks. Rogue, 2nd place. Second place, Malrang's looking good. Is he inspired? No, but he's good. He's beat Mad Lions. That's a big game. That's a big win. That's important. That separates them. Whereas beating PDS, another big win. Need that win against a bad team. Don't slouch on them and lose it, because, Vitality are climbing. G2 is up, is coming as well. You can't throw those games, and they didn't. And then lastly, Fnatic. Fnatic I have first. Not only are they first, but in my buff and nerf video for teams, according to patch 12.2, I think Fnatic were buffed by this patch. Upset now can play as Tristana, that he couldn't really play before in the meta. Tristana's better. It was one of his most played champions last year. I think they're only going to get better. And it's going to be... I don't think Fnatic drops a game anytime soon unless they blow it against somebody and overlook them. Beating Astralis and Misfits, they took care of business against bottom tier teams. We'll see how they do against the top dogs going forward. But as of right now, I would argue that right now it's it's probably, I think right now it's really going to be like this. That's probably how I have it right now in my mind in tiers. Even though these teams are both undefeated, and Rogue could beat Fnatic, but going into this patch from an outsider's perspective, I think Fnatic are going to separate themselves. Where Rogue and Mad Lions, despite Rogue beating Mad, I still have them on the same tier. I think Vitality is as good as them. Maybe G2. I'm questioning this. Maybe G2 are in the XL Misfits category, but I want to see how XL does with Mickey X. It might take a while. And if it does, then it might be too late, and G2 is going to be ahead of them by quite a margin. Whereas if they can hit it right away, I mean, G2 should watch out, because there is a world where I could see them dropping a 7th, because Misfits with Vethio and Hirit have good enough players in the solo lanes to be able to take games off of anybody. I think in the region, to be honest with you. I think they can compete with Fnatic solo laners. They can compete with anybody's solo laners here. So, thank you for watching. This was my LEC Week 3 Power Rankings. I will have the LCS out tomorrow. My LPL, LCK were out earlier in the week. Every day I go over the games that happen in the 4 major regions as well. I timestamp those videos when I can, so you don't have to watch like 40 minutes and watch all the games and click through to find when I go over Fnatic versus SK or something. It'll say that in a chapter form or whatever. So like and subscribe if you want to see that content or you enjoy this content. Constructive criticism is good criticism, and thank you for watching.